From our Abuja studios in Nigeria, welcome to Newsbeat on Internet Television International. My name is Christine Opara. First, the headlines. Akingbola in surprise return from self-exile. Yerima not above the law. Lajabak turns back on Nigeria. These and more coming up shortly. The federal government yesterday withdrew the operational license of the Ondo State University of Science and Technology, OSUTEC, Okitipukwa in Ondo State. According to documents released in Abuja after an emergency meeting with the management of the National Universities Commission, the action was taken because of concerns about the school's academic performance and admissions policies. The school had not commenced academic activities since it was formally recognized in 2008, and all application forms of the school's candidates had been sent to be absorbed by the nearby Adekunle Ajasin University, Akingbola. Also, evidence showed that the University of Education Ikere Ekiti may have submitted fictitious evidence to get approval for the school. Former Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Intercontinental Bank Plc, Dr. Erastus Akingbola, has returned to the country yesterday via the Abuja International Airport and is set to be ready to challenge allegations leveled against him by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Akingbola, who has been in the United Kingdom since the CBN removed him and other bank CEOs last year, arrived Abuja in the morning. He was received by close family members as well as his lawyer, Chief Felix Fagbongbe. Meanwhile, the EFCC has launched a manhunt for the former bank chief. The manhunt, according to EFCC spokesman Femi Babafemi, was based on information received by the commission that the former bank chief has arrived the country. It would be recalled that the ex-bank chief was declared wanted by the EFCC last year following his refusal to honor the commission's invitation to answer money laundering charges. He was equally watch-listed, an action that puts him on the wanted list of border security agencies like the Depth of State Security, Immigration Service and Customs. If arrested, Akingbola will face 23-count charge along with 6 other officials of his bank who had earlier been arraigned before Justice Tijani Abubakar of the Federal High Court Lagos for laundering funds to the tune of 27 billion naira. The case is presently before Justice Ramat Mohammed of the Federal High Court Lagos. In a similar development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has objected to the applications by the sacked Chief Executive Officer of Bank Plc, Mr. Okenwosu, and 3 other directors of the bank seeking an order of the Federal High Court in Lagos varying their bail condition to enable them travel out of the country. Okenwosu, Dayo Famoroti, Danjuma Ocholi, and Agnes U. Ebubedike are facing trial over alleged insider abuses and manipulations of the bank's shares to the tune of several millions of naira. Ahmed Sani Yerima may soon be arraigned in court for alleged child abuse to a minor. The former governor, who is now a senator, may face charges over his marriage to an Egyptian minor, a 14-year-old schoolgirl, Eladli Mariam Maged Saleh. Investigation in Abuja showed that the federal government is at present studying a report which detailed the offences of Mr. Yerima. Sources at the Ministry of Justice headquarters in Abuja disclosed that the report recommending the examination of the senator is ready for the approval of federal government. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Mohammed Bello Adoke, said that the file had been returned to him to properly advise the government. Mr. Adoke said the Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary of the Ministry is handling the investigative report submitted by the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking Persons and Other Related Matters, NAPTIP. The FCT Police Command has paraded a man impersonating a colonel in the Nigerian Army and 33 other suspects allegedly involved in armed robbery, illegal sale of land and adulteration of petroleum products in the Federal Capital Territory and neighboring states. The FCT Commissioner of Police Haruna John, who paraded the suspects at the command's headquarters in Abuja, said some of the armed robbery suspects were apprehended by policemen during a robbery operation and some arms were recovered. While disclosing that the suspects were caught with a device that disables phone signals and tracking device in vehicles, Mr. Haruna says the level of crime in the Federal Capital Territory has dropped tremendously over the last few months. A new coach will most certainly be named to take charge of the Super Eagles, as it is now almost definite that the team's handler, Lars Lagerbäck, will not be returning to Nigeria. The Nigerian agent of the Swedish-born coach, Emeka Enechi, revealed that Lagerbäck is not disposed to returning to Nigeria. He said the Swede didn't feel the working environment was conducive for him. Currently in charge of the Super Eagles is Augustin Eguavon, who has the task of preparing the side for the upcoming friendly against South Korea. The game takes place on August 11 in Seoul, and it is likely as the game approaches that the former Super Eagles captain will be prosecuting the friendly without the full complement of the country's top players. No thanks to injuries and club commitments, which has now forced the Super Eagles caretaker coach to settle for only 10 overseas-based players. And on this note, we'll wrap up this edition of Newsbeat. My name is Christine Opera. Do have a beautiful day ahead, and thanks for logging on.